Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Well, Diddy docket, civil and criminal, of course. Yet we're live tweeting the criminal trial of Sean Combs. Yesterday, they finished with the male dancer Daniel Phillip, and then Cassie took the stand. It was really, it was something. You can find, of course, the tweets. We've also put extra stuff on Substack and some of the filings on Patreon. But the legal issue that's arising is whether when she's under cross-examination, which will begin today, whether she'll be allowed to talk to her lawyer, who's Douglas Wigdor, a noted Me Too and other, mostly a civil lawyer. He had a case with Leon Black in which he dropped out, but that's another matter. In any event, both he and the lawyer for Mia are wanting to say that they have every right to speak with their client during cross. Now, often it's said that a witness can't speak to the lawyer during cross in order to not coordinate, but the government and them are citing the Victims' Rights Act. Of course, Alexander Shapiro for Combs said that can't trump the rights of the defendant to get to the truth, i.e., mess up the testifying witness. So there's that. On the civil Diddy docket, in one of the many cases initially brought by Tony Busby, he's withdrawn from them, has another lawyer on the case. It was a Jane Doe versus Sean Combs case, in which involving, I think, 2014 in Las Vegas. In any case, it's been found and ruled by Judge Broderick here of the Southern District that Jane Doe cannot proceed under pseudonym and must either give her name by May 20th in an amended complaint or see the case dismissed on that ground. So there's a lot of this is how it's going. We're covering it closely. It seems to be going out all over the place, including Perry Match. Not that it matters. We've asked, believe it or not, to go international. We've asked the UN about it because they often are talking about, I think they put on orange shirts. They do all of this stuff. Of course, the UN itself is deeply involved in sexual abuse through their peacekeepers. These guys have full immunity. They're sent to some of the most dysfunctional, poor countries on earth: the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Haiti, and when they used to have a UN before the Haitians, much to their credit, threw the UN out for bringing cholera and killing people. In any event, the UN is deeply engaged in sexual abuse, but has no comment on either this case or Gérard Depardieu or anything else for the matter. But what they do is that we've received leaks from within the UN, which we cover despite being banned from it, both of staff asking Antonio Guterres to resign because he's killing the organization. And then yesterday, a leak from Guterres himself complaining about leaks. Yes, he bemoaned leaks of his plans. This from an organization, all of this, including the banning of the press, an organization that pretends to be for freedom of the press. Speaking of which, also to be determined is whether the videos, the freak-off videos, can be seen. There was some back and forth yesterday. There was a proposal to have a pool, which I'm less certain of. Seems like the judge is not going to allow it, and we'll see where it goes from there. Now, it's a rainy day, and so you can see not just mine, but many cameras here in front of the courthouse. People will be doing stand-ups across the street. There's a little. Wait, you see that yellow booth there? That thing is out here at midnight, or even earlier, in front of the courthouse to get in. But we're going in. Inner City Press on the case.